my name is Nikki. Welcome back to Starting Over Vegan. So today I wanted to share with you the hamburger recipe that we are using. So just so you know, we started eating vegan probably about 6 months ago. Before that, we liked hamburgers, chicken, all of that stuff. So when I was looking for a hamburger recipe, I was looking for a hamburger recipe that tasted like a hamburger. And we tried chickpea, we tried black bean, lentil. We tried really all the bean hamburgers you could possibly make, and we weren't really happy with them. They're very mushy. So I found this one that has vital wheat gluten in it, and we think it's really pretty good. It's very close to an actual, at least for us, the texture. And my 6-year-old daughter actually ate it, and she didn't know it was vegan. So I'm whispering because she's in the other room. But so this recipe, it does take a little bit of work, and it does have that vital wheat gluten. If you've never used vital wheat gluten, it can be kind of a pain. That's why I was kind of hoping I could find one that had just, beans and stuff like that, but they just did not taste, I'm sorry, they just didn't taste very good. So this recipe is from the site called It Doesn't Taste Like Chicken. Recipe itself doesn't call for a lot of things. The only things that I don't necessarily have on hand right now is I don't eat beets, so I didn't have beets. And if you kind of haven't cooked with the vital wheat gluten, you might not have it. But if you're eating vegan and making recipes, you probably do have that. So this recipe, like I said, is pretty simple. You've got beets. It had cooked lentils. Sorry, I have put those back in the fridge. I made those ahead of time. Soy sauce, garlic powder, onion powder, liquid smoke, black pepper, and then the vital wheat gluten. The only thing I did differently, so this one called for a raw beet. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. I think you were telling me to shush. No. I'm like, what? So this one called for a raw beet. I am not interested in really dealing with raw beets. So I actually picked this up. From our home improvement store. If you've ever heard of Menards before, I picked it up there. They're diced baby beets, which is kind of nice because they're actually, I'll crack it open. They're nice little pieces. Okay. So I have actually made this before, and I just bought a can of Libby's beets, and they're sliced, and that was fine too. So what I do is the recipe, the way she has it, she said add everything but the vital wheat gluten to your food processor, then add the vital wheat gluten and mix it. I don't really like to do it because vital wheat gluten is kind of gets really, it cakes on, and it's really hard to clean. So I was looking through the comments, and somebody had mentioned that they take their small food processor, grind all the stuff, with the exception of the vital wheat gluten, and they dump that in a bowl, and then they add the vital wheat gluten. And that's what I did the other time I made it, and I think that works best because my experience with vital wheat gluten is, I'm not an expert or anything, but what I have the experience is if you mix it too much, it turns into rubber. So I tend to, when I'm using it, I mix it till combined, and I really try not to handle it very much. And that's what I've done with this, and I think it's good. So what I have here is I mixed everything in my little mini food processor, which I also like too, because your big food processor is it's more to clean. So I don't really care to do that either. so I'm just, dumping it all in here. It's a very nice color. And if you kind of read up on Impossible Burger or darn it, what's the other one? Beyond Burger or any of those. They say that some of them do use beets to get the color, when you're cooking it and you see that red or pink. So I think it's kind of cool. And it's a great way to get a beet, right? Because I'm not going to eat a beet otherwise, probably. So I have everything in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a big spoon like this. And here's my vital wheat gluten. I guess that's a really heavy flour, whatever.
Can we see it? Come on, bring it over here a little bit. Okay, cool.
And also another thing I wanted to mention is that I did turn on, because you have to steam this. So I did turn my water on as soon as I started, doing everything in the food processor.
Okay.
So that's almost to boiling, because you want this to boiling to steam. So what I do is I just dump this in. And I am just going to mix this. I just fold it over. I try not to be really hard on it because, like I said, the times that I've used vital wheat gluten in the past, it's been my husband says, you're eating a rubber ball. What it would be like to eat a rubber ball, because it's really stringy and rubbery. So I just kind of do this, and honestly, I'll just do it until it's mostly incorporated. You'll still see like the flour, but when you make the patties, you're gonna be, you know, smashing it anyways. So I don't typically go past, yeah, see, I already feel like it's starting to, so I just kind of do this. I'm just gonna mix it, just get all this stuff off the bottom here. Come on. And then I just kind of push it in there. So I'm actually gonna stop. Ugh. Yeah, it's funny. You look at some of these Vital Wheat gluten recipes and they're like, yeah, knead it for like 10 minutes. And I was like, what? So I am not quite there yet. I don't really understand enough to really be an expert with this, but this recipe, I think I've done. So she says you get 6 burger patties. So I'm gonna just try and do that, and then I'm gonna put it in my steamer here. And I think what I'll do is I'll actually just do it here first, because like I said, this is pretty much ready to go. So this is a nice little steamer basket, by the way. I got this from Target Boutique, and it's an XO, which is Target, the fancy word for Target. Target Boutique. XOXO. And then I like this one because this collapses down, or this goes down, and then you can actually collapse it in, and then the feet go in too. So it's really compact compared to some of these that I was looking at where it's like, you know, if you don't have a lot of room to store things.
Do you think you could put a link to that?
Yeah, and I'll do that too. And I think the reason I picked that one too is it got pretty good reviews on Target's website, and so I just got it from them. So all I do here is I kind of split it in half with my hand, and I'm just gonna try and do it like this, where I'm taking 3, you know, just making 3 equal portions here. So like I said, she says 6 burgers. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna do this. And this one, so with this recipe, you have to steam it. It takes a little bit longer to make, but
I'm gonna pull in on the next one.
Yeah, no, that's fine. This one takes a little bit more effort. I mean, it's not a real quick one, but I mean, I've tried probably 6 recipes for burgers, and they haven't come out very well. What do you think, Jason? Do you think our other burger recipes were very
There's none of the other ones that we've tried, you know, except the Impossible and Beyond, I would want to have again. So Nikki really kind of shocked me out of left field with this. She told me, oh yeah, we're going to have hamburgers tonight. And I'm like, oh, going to have Beyond or Impossible. And then she's like, yeah, I made this first time recipe. I'm like, well, wait a minute, what? I'm like, oh, great. Well, what am I going to, what's my alternative going to be when I decide this is terrible?
I know. And they have, you know what the thing is so funny is you look on some of these websites, and listen, I appreciate people who come up with the recipes and test them and make them, because, I mean, bless you if you do that, because, I mean, it takes a lot of work. But, I mean, a lot of these people, like when you look at comments, and people are like, this is the best, this is my go-to burger, this is the best, my meat-loving husband liked it. And I'm just like, have you ever had a hamburger before? Because it doesn't taste anything like it.
And again, I would say, you know, at the top of the video, you know, we had said, you know, we were looking for like a as close as possible replacement, and those previous ones were nowhere close. No, very mushy and just not. It's like beans, and I like beans. My husband doesn't, so it was probably really bad for him. But it was like we made a couple where I was like, I didn't want to have any beans for. I mean, quite a while. I still don't really eat them because I was like, it was like, ugh. But okay, I'm sorry. This is boiling. I can hear it. So what I'm going to do, I did 6. So it actually kind of looks like a hamburger. That's really funny.
So what you're going to do, this is boiling. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in. I'm shooting my legs down. Yeah, they're down. Put that down. I am going to actually turn this down to about a low. And then I don't open this. I don't check on this at all. I have done this, you know, just make sure that your water level when you steam it is almost up to the basket. Otherwise, I've never had to worry about adding more water. So.
Okay.
Hello. So I was just joking before. I actually did not flip them halfway through. I was thinking of her meatballs that I made. You have to flip them halfway through. And then I actually kept the heat at about medium. I was gonna turn it down to low because I forgot how to steam. So I was like, no, I need to be at medium. So I wanted to correct that. So this is what this looks like when it's done. Okay. So.
Oh, it's steamy.
Oh. So all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take this out. This is my little steamer. Ouch, darn it. Take this out. Dang it, that's hot too. Son of a gun. Okay. Let's do this right way here. So I'm gonna take this out and I'm just gonna let it sit, I'm gonna get a little plate. Just put it on there.
How far can you stretch? How far can you stretch?
So I'm just gonna put it like this of any liquid or anything.
So you can make a joke about your lazy husband, but
yeah, yeah, there you go.
He never helps me.
That's right, just sitting on the counter recording. So I'm just gonna leave them here. If you notice, they kind of have expanded a little bit, and the color isn't as pink. So I mean, I believe this is what they look like before too. So I'm just gonna let them sit for a minute, and then I'm gonna put them in another dish and throw them in the fridge. We're actually gonna try and do this tonight. Her recipe says to, to cook them. It says to chill them overnight so that you get the best texture. But I also read in the comments somebody had said they waited 4 hours and then they cooked them. So that's what we're just gonna try. We're gonna do it with 3 tonight and see if it works. And if it doesn't, then we'll have them tomorrow again. So I'll show you what it looks like when we start making them. And I'll kind of just show you how I cook them, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye. Well, hello. It's been about 4 hours since we made these tofu seitan burger made with Vital Wheat gluten. So what I'm doing is she recommends that you pan fry them. So that's what I'm going to do. I just have, my skillet here. And I have it on medium heat, and I'm just gonna put them in for like a couple minutes aside. But just wanted to show you, this is what they look like. I mean, like
after sitting for the 4 hours.
For the 4 hours, yeah. And she recommended overnight, but like I mentioned previously in the comments, somebody said they waited 4 and it was just fine. So this was the side that was kind of on the, where the steam was hitting it, and this was the top of it. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 2 in a pan. I'm just gonna do them a couple minutes aside, and then once these are done, we'll cut through and you can kind of see what they look like on the inside. So we'll see you in maybe about 10 minutes. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like. We had it on for 10 minutes. We flipped it about 5. So I'm having mine on a bun. And this is what it looks like on the inside. So I mean, really similar to what a burger tastes like. And even the texture, I think is very similar to that.
I mean, I think the one thing you got to remember, if you're coming from meat, if you look at that, you might think, oh my gosh, that's not cooked. It's not meat.
Right.
All we're doing is warming it up.
Yeah.
You're not really cooking it to get to whatever the temperature, medium or well done or any of that. You're just warming it up.
Right.
That's it.
Right. And so we've done pan frying, and my husband said, next time we'll try it in the oven, because I have a meatball recipe too that I'd like to make a video of, because that we really like that you actually cook them in the oven. So we're gonna try that next time. But I mean, give this one a try. Like I said, this one it just has the lentils in it. It doesn't have chickpeas or black beans, and that was the one thing we've tried those before, and they just didn't work. And I just couldn't find anything that was similar or even close to what we used to eat. So
the bean-based ones just didn't sit right.
Yeah, they weren't good. It was, like I said, appreciate people coming up with recipes, but they didn't work for us. So okay, so we're gonna do this real quick. So if you try this and you try some different spices, kind of let me know. I mean, we're still playing around with spices and everything. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more videos, subscribe. Like I've mentioned before, if you have any questions, let me know. I mean, we're about 6 months into being vegan. We're 100%. It's not meatless Mondays for us. It's all the time. So if you have any questions, I've tried a lot of different things. Hello, come here. It's a book. Come here.
What's this?
It's a Fox book. So if you have any questions, please put something in the comment, and I'm more than happy to help. Because
if you try it and change anything and you have good luck, please let us know.
Yeah, and that's true. Vital wheat gluten, I'm new to it. So yeah, please, if you have a good hamburger recipe, let me know. We like this one. It takes a little time, but this is the best I've had, and I've tried several. So I appreciate you stopping by, and hope to talk to you again soon. Have a good one.